Well, family, I see you made it back. Welcome back to my channel. This is Drummer 1980. You notice that I'm in my African garb because it's only right since we getting ready to talk to a first generation immigrant from Nigeria. I think it's fitting that I put on some African garb, all right? But stay tuned because you finna get ready to feel the fire. You understand me, don't you? Let's go. Whoa, wait. You know who I am. I'm Drummer 1980, hailing from Columbia, South Carolina. I hope you're having a good day today. And if that's not the case, ask yourself why. Because remember, happiness is an inside job. Did you hear me? I said happiness is an inside job, and it will always be an internal effect. Well, guys, we back today again with a reaction from my man, TBA, aka Jason Black. This is a good showing. I'm going to let you know up front. This video is probably going to be 2 or 3 parts to this, because this is a long conversation and I can't do it in one sitting. Well, I could, but I chose not to, okay? So it's probably going to have a part 2, possibly 3 parts, okay? But get ready, get your popcorn, and let's have the conversation. Let's go.
Caller from area code 925. You're on live, giving you the business.
Hi, Jason. This is Elizabeth. I'm calling from San Francisco.
Elizabeth calling from San Francisco. What's on your mind, Liz?
First, I want to start off by saying that I'm a long-term listener of your program. I listen to Professor Black Truth as well for well over 5 to 6 years, and you all have grounded me and have informed the way that I think. I'm much more of a conscious Black woman because of you, and I thank you so much. I'm calling because I'm a 29-year-old, I would say educated Black woman. I'm a software engineer, computer science background, and I come from a very sheltered background. So I haven't dated a whole lot, even though I know I'm 29 and most women have dated a bunch. But I find that it's difficult for me to kind of, how do I say it? I'm at this point in my life where I want to get married, and it's just difficult. Like, I don't know, meeting guys who are about that. I don't know if it's my personality. I don't know if I'm rubbing them the wrong way. I don't know if I come off maybe as too much of a people pleaser or over accommodating. I don't know what the issue is, but it just seems like something is amiss. So I just want to call to see.
I'd like to take a couple of looks at a couple of things here myself here, okay? If I may, you say you've been listening to me for a while, correct?
That's correct.
Oh,
yeah.
Great. Are we friends on Facebook?
Oh, we aren't. No.
Okay. Are you on Instagram?
I am on Instagram.
Okay. Email me your info. Just email me your screen name. That way we're not giving it to the world. I would like to see.
Okay. Okay, got it. I'm trying to figure out what your email address is. I'm going to look here and see. I don't see it posted in the chat.
Okay. Well,
is it just...
folks are good about that. Oh, yeah. And by the way, folks, just be aware. Really, you don't want to abuse that either, because if I see an email from somebody I didn't ask for it, don't be surprised if it just gets spammed. I'm not being a jerk. It's just I'm only giving it to folks for that purpose, and that's all. But I want all my brothers and sisters from around the world to be clear about something here. We have to acknowledge the cultural differences between us as Black people on this earth.
Here, I guess I know you might have some.
Go ahead and email that to me, and I'd like to go ahead and take a look at that. And then the next thing I find out here is, how long have you lived in San Francisco?
My whole life. My family has, we've always lived here. I guess I know you might have some reservations or something to say about this, but my family my parents are Nigerian immigrants. I'm a first generation American.
Okay.
But I'm very much, I strongly identify with the African American experience, and I hear all of your criticism of African immigrants. I agree with a lot of what you say, and so.
Now let me be very clear about something here. I want all my brothers and sisters from around the world to be clear about something here. We have to acknowledge the cultural differences between us as Black people on this earth. We have to acknowledge that folk from the Caribbean, their experience is not ours. While Black people in America set the trend, we are not the only factor. So we might want to say, just because of the trendsetters, everybody doesn't see things the way we do. And we need to accept that reality. We need to accept that.
Yeah.
Once we accept that, then things will work. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at your thing here in just a moment. Before I do that, though, by the way, I do want to ask you, as a child of Nigerian immigrants, what do you feel about the term Akata?
I think it's a very, very offensive term. And I'll tell you one caveat too. I've obviously have visited Nigeria myself. And even though my parents are obviously Nigerian, I look very Nigerian. I get called Akata when I go there as well. And I'll just say flat out, it's very offensive. Mm-hmm. And I've had to confront my fellow Nigerians here in the United States. I've had to let them know that you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Martin Luther King. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Rosa Parks. You wouldn't be here for all of these African American leaders. So I do push back at them too. So yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, that's all a very good thing to keep in mind here. This is all very, very important.
Family, what do y'all guys think about the conversation so far? She sounds like she's a very sensible person, right? She don't sound like she's thrown off as of yet. Guys, that word Akata, we've been saying this for time immemorial. That is a derogatory term. We know what the word means, okay? But they would swear, oh no, it's not offensive. It's not derogatory. She just said it. She just confirmed what we already knew. But this is just affirmation, okay? See, you rub people the wrong way whenever you go around lying. Because we know what the word means. Akata, Jarias, Abis, all these derogatory names. Why don't we have any derogatory names for them? Oh, they call me an African booty scratching in school. This is not the 1980s, guys. Stop it. You trying to cover up some type of false equivalence. Nah, stop it. Just stop it.
So in your case right here, I'm glad that you came over here. Although I do have to tell you, and I can help you, but I cannot help you if you are not honest with me, okay?
Oh.
Oh, you didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you?
No. I knew I was calling. I was prepping myself for this. I know how you are. So
all right. Well, then you know what's coming next.
Okay.
Okay. I couldn't help but notice on your Instagram, I'm picking up the strong aroma of ZADDY. I'm sniffing this. I'm picking up the scent. I'm a bloodhound on the trail, and I'm picking up the strong, undeniable scent of ZADDY is what I'm doing right now. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. So let's go ahead and deal with these mayonnaise demons right quick before we move on to the business.
Not the mayonnaise demon.
Go ahead and drop it on me.
Okay.
Come on, let's just get over this part real quick.
So, I've had relationships with white men,
and there it is.
I had, but obviously, Jason, I listen to you. I listen to Professor Black Truth. It's not you. You understand how California is, and you know that there's essentially a caste system here.
Lord, California. You blaming this on California? Really? Are you really blaming this on California?
Well, but am I lying about colorism and talking about that as a dark-skinned Black woman? Can I not say that colorism affects my dating prospects?
Okay, but wait a minute. What do you mean colorism affects your dating prospects? What I'm saying is you were raised by two black parents from Nigeria. They didn't even encourage you to get a Nigerian man?
Well, of course they do, but many Nigerian men, especially the American-born ones, their minds have been, how do I say it? Their view of beauty is very much informed by white supremacy as well. So it poses a major issue.
Okay. I mean, well, first of all, I'm not gonna lie to you all. I'm not gonna lie. She's exactly what they would want, only she's not scrawny. So I will say she is the type of female. She's slender, but she ain't scrawny. So I will say this. She's got a cheerleader's build to her. Tongue in cheek, by the way. Don't say anything because you're going to give people clues. Don't say anything because you'll give them clues, okay? I don't want to give them clues, but you know what I mean when I say that now. She's built like a cheerleader, okay? So if you want to know what she's built like a cheerleader. She's got a real cute face on her. So it's not like we sitting here looking at the Me Too chick. This ain't Tarana Burke by any stretch of the imagination. So let me just be straight up with y'all. She's There's no holes in her game. There's no holes in her game. There's no holes in her game. So I will give her that. So it's not like she's toe up from the flow up, which makes it all the more tragic. But in any case, I couldn't help but notice I'm picking up the strong whiff of that. And do you know what was my first clue?
No,
You're an African immigrant's child wearing a big ass weave.
Lord have mercy. Jason said he picking up a whiff of some mayonnaise juice on her. And he said what gave her away is the wig. Guys, don't let nobody trick you. Certain things have uniforms, okay? I don't care if you don't like it. The truth is going to prevail. When you see a woman dress a certain way, she might be a lady of the night or a lady of the evening. Huh? She might be a pavement walker. Huh? You heard me, don't you? If you see somebody in African garb, they might be African, okay? They could be African, okay? You understand it, all right? I'm just giving you a quick synopsis. That's all. Now, whenever it comes to the ZADDY lovers, more so than not, the wenches have a uniform as well. And that's just the truth of the matter. I know you're probably upset, fuming, and you're gnashing of your teeth over there, but that still doesn't change the facts, right? Wenches have a certain look. They talk a certain way. Okay? That's all that we say.
Somebody in the chat room guessed it right before I said it. But by the way, you're a child of African immigrants wearing a weave. That was my first clue.
I think, but in Africa too, you go there, people wear hair extensions all the time, so it's not
okay.
Really
so do you see?
Anything,
okay, it was indicative for you.
Well,
it was indicative. It was indicative for you. Style. I didn't guess my way through it. I calculated accurately, so it's not everybody do it. No, a certain segment does it. And you all have accepted it as culture, commonly pronounced as culture. You've accepted it as culture. And because of that, you all think bedwenching and whatnot is just the get down. But by the way, you are wearing the bedwench's uniform, is what I'm trying to tell you. You have adopted the bedwench's uniform. Now, you can call that normal if you want to. Go right ahead. But you've adopted the bedwench's.
You're right.
You've adopted their uniform and then asking, why is it that the men are off put by it? And what I'm saying is, how are you presenting yourself?
But Jason, I see black men dating lighter skinned women of lighter hues with weaves down to their their bottoms, and they still are able to get married to these men.
Not true.
I understand.
Not true.
I get what you mean about.
Not true. Stop it.
Unnatural.
Not true. No, what you just said is false. No, that is not true. That is not. No, it is not. However, I will indulge you for a moment. Let's just say that what you just said was actually absolutely accurate, okay? Let's just say it was.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's just say all the light-skinned chicks got weaves on their heads. First of all, their weave more accurately reflects their natural hair texture, not what you got on here. That's the first thing.
It's typically a kinky. I usually wear a kinky curly one that matches my hair because I was treating my hair, so I could do a big chop.
Ma'am.
So I'm
sitting here looking at you.
Those are old pictures. That's
2019 is old. 2019 is old.
Yeah, and that's a curly wig that kind of mimics typical African American textured hair.
Fall of 2019 is
the last
old.
Picture I have there. Correct. Yeah.
Okay. 120 days ago is old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Family, you notice he said 2019, right? This is an old video, but you have to use history as case studies. That's how you evolve and learn. You have to go back into the crates and archives because Jason has some good information, and this is a good conversation. But I hate that he dated it, but hey, it is what it is. But she tried to say that her skin is an impediment. Her skin is a barrier. That's what she's trying to imply. And you will see as the conversation progresses, it's going to get worse and worse. And then it's finally going to reach abject failure. Okay.
All right. By the way, I just want you to understand. Just want you to listen to yourself. By the way, I'm so glad we got this available for you can play it back later. I just want you to listen to this and just listen to the way in which just listen to the way in which you're characterizing it. And I want you to think one thing.
I hear what you're saying.
I want you to think one thing when you play this back. I wonder how this sounds to a sensible black man.
Boo y'all, huh? He dropped a bomb. The right questions, you can get the right answers. I wonder how this sounds to a sensible black man. See, y'all think that y'all moving and operating in incognito. No, we can see it. We can see it. Some of us have an eye. We can see it. You're not hiding it. You're not moving in the shadows or anything. We see you for what you are. You just don't want to come to terms with what you are. That's the problem. You don't want to face the music. Face the music and dance to it. Or either change the music, change the tune. And then you can dance to another type rhythm, all right?
How these explanations and all this explaining, I wonder how this is falling on the ears of the man I wish I could be with. I wonder how he hears this.
The thing about it, though, Jason, I hear what you're saying, but it would be one thing if black men, if I didn't see black men all the time marrying women with all types of wigs.
Okay, first of all, it ain't a bunch of women getting married. First of all, it's not a bunch of women getting married like that. So that's the first statistical falsehood.
The ones that do, I'm looking at the population that does get married, and they tend to have a lighter skin complexion, and they have weaves. And we can even take a segment of our celebrity population as just a snapshot as an example.
No. The first problem is who are the men who are marrying that? That's my first question.
These are men who.
Now you just said. Now you just named. You just named Rihanna. Who's Rihanna married to?
Okay. Well, for her. Okay.
Okay. You just named Rihanna. By the way, who's Rihanna? Who's Rihanna married?
Let's look at.
Who's Rihanna married to?
Okay. So she's not married. So let's remove her. So I set her in error. We could remove her. But let's look at Beyonce. She's
great. Guys, Rihanna is married now. Back then, she wasn't married, but she's married to A$AP Rocky. Okay.
I'd like to look at Beyonce. Yes, let's take a look at Beyonce. Okay, now let's take a look at. Let's take a look at Beyonce, shall we?
Correct.
Brothers and sisters from around the world.
Lighter than a
No. Question. Brothers and sisters from around the world.
Oh, jeez.
Question. Does Beyonce Knowles wear a weave or a wig?
Weaves and wigs. And she's the color of a paper, lighter than a paper bag.
Okay, brothers and sisters, does Beyonce Knowles wear a weave or wear a wig? Now, there's a reason why I bring that up. For the most part, they're saying now she wears a wig. And that makes sense as a mother. That makes sense because that's going to save a lot more time. That makes sense because you see, it's going to be a lot easier to strap that on and get her dotied up than it would be to try to sew in extensions or just sew in a weave and color her hair and all that mess. So what I'm saying is that she's got something that accommodates her life because the wig and the weaves, she's a performer. She is doing that for entertainment purposes. The problem comes when Beyonce's fans start to make the assumption that her performance is her life and that this is who she really is. It's no different than Michael Jackson wearing that sequin glove and the sequin socks. Was that how Michael dressed around the house? No.
So Jason, maybe maybe I shouldn't even have brought up a celebrity or Beyonce. Maybe let me.
No, that's a good example. No. That's a good example. No. I entertain that one, but that's a good example.
Research on this. There's research around this that Black men, on average, tend to marry women who are of a lighter skin complexion.
Okay, freeze.
It's not me who just.
Hold on a second.
There's research on.
Hold on a second.
Universities. There's
okay, dear. Whoa. Hold on a second.
Studies on this.
Hold on a moment.
Oh my God.
Now I'm going to say this one time. Okay? Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. I'm going to say this one time. You're starting to show your mouthy bedwenching side.
Oh, so now we starting to see why she don't have anybody. Did anybody catch that? She just kept talking. He said, hold on. She mouth have diarrhea. Got the runs at the mouth. Tongue just untainable. I mean, it's just all over the place. Flapjack. Just flapping everywhere. Yeah. And you wonder why you don't have nobody, black or white. I believe that we might have found some evidence here, guys. What do y'all think? Put it in the comment section. She said that black men tends to marry light-skinned women. Now, mind you, do not let this be lost on you. She first generation immigrant from Nigeria. That colorism thing outside of the United States is very heavy. It's not that prevalent inside the United States with the FBAs, with the Freemen, with the Foundation of Black Americans, people that came from chattel slavery. We don't get into all that. Now, some of us, it's a small percentage, but it's minute. It's very, very small. It's very faint, very small, okay? But over in the continent and the islands and everywhere, them people be bleaching and putting on cake soap and all kind of stuff. So it's ingrained in her mind that black men here does that. Now, you might have a few stupid Negroes, but for the most part, nah.
You're doing that with me, then I know what you're doing with men in person. And you'll claim, oh, no, I don't do that with them. No, I don't do that with them. That was just with you. I don't do that with them.
No.
I don't do that.
Jason, I don't. I promise.
No, they don't like women with dark skin. That's what it is. They like weave. They like light skinned girls and they like big breasted girls and that's what it is. They like white women's.
But it's true. I mean, okay.
Yeah, now the way you just acted here, and you'll swear up and down that ain't got nothing to do with the fact that men are detouring around you. You're going to claim that that's not the reason. No, that ain't the reason. Let me tell you what the reason is. The reason is these men out here is so messed up because you see, I am smart. I'm college educated. I work in IT. I'm in San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah, you're getting tennis elbow, breaking your arm, patting yourself on the back. You're getting tennis elbow. And by the way, you're acting like we all can't see this. Yeah, I know what you're going to say. I'm trying to educate you that, by the way, correct super users, she got the data. She got the data. I'm trying to educate you on what you do not see. Ain't got nothing to do with your damn skin tone. Nothing to do with light-skinned girls. Those are the old tropes and memes and cliches. You ain't said a word about the fact. By the way, what happens when men meet you? How does that go down? What goes down when a man meets you?
Really?
And I'm seeing what goes down when a man meets you. And I'm just telling you right now, it's going to be lay up and roll out. He's going to get a taste of this mouthy hot sauce. And he's going to be like, okay, let me see if she is wild in bed, if she is talking. And then I really got to be going. I really do.
Okay. No, I hear you. I think I was a little bit past because I get this whole colorism piece. It's something that really touches me because obviously, as a dark-skinned woman growing up in a white supremacist society, dealing with these, this racial hierarchy, it's something that is really close to my heart. And I think I got a little bit emotional here on this piece. But I'm very much very level-headed. I don't start yelling at people.
Okay, let me ask you a basic question. I'm going to ask you a basic question. Who do you think is more easily, since you know so much about statistics and people's behavior, who is more easily influenced by sex, men or women?
Men.
Why do you say that?
Listen.
Or actually, no, men or who is more easily?
No, the way I said it. You said men, okay. Why do you think that what is your proof that men are more easily sexually influenced?
Well, because men are biologically driven to mate. They're very, how do I say it? Men are very visually in tuned. That's what that say about that testosterone pumping, and that is what's driving men to go after women. And sex, I believe, is at the heart of it. Procreation, creating a family, yes, or not necessarily creating a family, but
that's great.
Yeah.
Now, knowing everything you just said, what you have just said is that men are more easily approached by women, and it is much easier for a woman to get a man's attention and interact with him than it is for a man to get a woman's attention, in a romantic or sexual way, to interact with her. And yet you are claiming with all of this ease that you just articulated as a fact, you've been unable to manipulate that. I shouldn't say manipulate, but you've been unable to steer that for your own benefit.
That's correct. Because again, like I mentioned, we live in a white supremacist society. There's a caste system with whites at the top, Asians, Latinos.
Okay, but you just said, so you're saying that the problem is your skin tone is what's in your way.
I do believe so.
Okay, yeah. Sounds like you're making an argument for cake soap.
No, I would never.
Guys, what is going through y'all head at this point? After hearing this conversation, what is going through y'all head? To me, she sounds like she has a defeatist mindset. She seems like she's a victim of her own mind. She's a prisoner of her own mind. Let me tell y'all something. Beauty is universal. I don't care about if it's a lily white woman. Some white women do look good, guys. That's just what it is. But my preference is black women, but you do have other races of women that look good. And then, guys, you have the ebony women. They are absolutely stunning, drop dead gorgeous, in my humble opinion. Exquisite. Everything about them, I love it, except some of them attitude. But we ain't talking about the ones with attitude. From the light skin to the dark sisters. Beauty is universal. Don't never let anybody tell you something wrong with your skin or you too dark. Yo, black self. See, people say that as something negative. That's a negative truth. Yo, black self. Yo, ugly self. Yo, black self. You ever heard somebody say that? Yeah. Okay. right.
No, of course I would never do cake soap.
But you've made every argument for it. What you're saying is that you are at a genetic disadvantage.
That's correct. But I'm not. I love the skin. I love the skin that I'm in. I'm never gonna.
Okay, you just made the argument for cake soap. Okay, so what is your plan then? If you are in a national caste system and the men are just brainwashed and screwed, then what are you gonna do?
There's really not much to do. I mean, what can't I? I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss here.
Sounds like you need to start bleaching. It sounds like you need to start bleaching.
I'm not bleaching. No. I would never bleach. And if it just leads to me being alone forever, I'd rather
in the chat room right now. My black males in the chat room. Do I have any single black males in the chat room who like dark-skinned women? It's going to take a moment before they hear that. Do I have any black men in the chat room who prefer dark-skinned women? Well, there it is. That didn't take terribly long. And I just want to put this straight up in your face. Okay, I got to say this. Baby, the problem is you. And I don't mean that in a mean, condescending way. I mean that in a let's be real. The problem is you. The problem's not them. The problem is you. You know why? First and foremost, you are so damn negative. But more than that, you are entitled as hell.
Stay tuned for part 2. I cannot go no further, guys. This is long one. I know y'all gonna be upset, but just tune in next time. But I do agree with Jason. She's entitled. And she's talking negative. And she kind of coming off as like she's perfect. So is everybody else. That's what I'm hearing. You know, because I'm in San Francisco. I have a degree. I'm in IT and all this good stuff. And she's like a valley girl. Y'all hear it. Come on, guys. And she trying to tell us that her skin tone is a barrier. What do y'all guys think about that? Family, stay tuned for part 2. Part 2 probably will come out later on this week or at the beginning of next week, okay? Come on back to see me. Hit the subscribe button, guys, and comment. Hit the like button. And until next time, peace. And remember, there is more.